with the last pick in the 2024 NFL draft for the Lions, they take my favorite player, one of my favorite players in the whole entire draft class. They take guard Christian Mahogany. I had him going as an early third-round pick. So the fact that we were able to get him in the late 6th is incredible. I understand he gets injured quite a bit, but he is fantastic. In my opinion, he could be a day one starter in this league. I love this pick. He was my third best guard in this whole draft. He's 6'3", 314. He did go to a smaller school in Boston College. He's our oldest player, I believe, coming out of this draft class. He's 23 years old. He will be turning 24 midway through the season. He ran a 5.1 340, 1.74 10-yard split, and a 32.5-inch vertical. But I love this pick. I love this. This pick, in my opinion, I give it an A. I can't give an A+ because there was some guys left on the board at this time that I liked as well. You had Brendan Rice, Jerry Rice's son, and you had Javon Solomon, the last really good edge rusher. You also had Cedric Johnson as well, who's a very solid edge rusher left. But I give it an A. It's not quite an A+. It takes a lot for a player to be an A+, in my opinion, but I give it an A. And this was definitely the best value pick that we had of the whole entire draft. And he was probably, he was one of my favorite players coming out of the draft. So, again, he will be, we went from having a terrible backup offensive line to now having a very good backup offensive line for this year. Your starting five is obviously Decker and Zeitler, Decker and Glasgow on the left side. And, of course, you got in the middle, you have the best center in the league now, in my opinion, and Frank Ragnow. And on the right side, you got Zeitler and Panay Sewell, arguably the best tackle in the league now as well. And your backups now are Christian Mahogany is now your number one backup guard. Giovanni Manu is now your number one backup tackle. With guys like Dan Skipper, Ko Dewosika, what's his name? Natane Moody as well, who I really like. I think he would be my number 2 backup guard right now. I really like him a lot. And with guys like Connor Galvin being your backup, your second backup tackle, who I also really like. You still need a backup center. Of course, you can always move Glasgow to center if you need to. If a guy like Zeitler, goes down, then you can always move Glasgow back to center, and then have a guy like Mahogany starting guard, or the rookie Giovanni Manu play guard for us and start there instead. And you got guys like Colby Sorsdahl as well. I don't think Colby Sorsdahl is making the 53-man though this year. I'm gonna be brutally honest with you. I don't think he's making it. And that's fine with me, honestly. Mahogany is better for sure, in my opinion. And Manu definitely has a shot to be fantastic. So, one Pride, go Lions. All in all, I think this draft class is pretty solid. Only if we could have gotten an edge rusher, then it probably would have been an A- or even an A for me. But this draft class, I'm going to give it a B flat. I'm going to give it a B flat right now. You addressed two major positions of need. Getting a future number one corner, you got potentially two of them. So you addressed the secondary, which was our second biggest need in my opinion. You got a defensive tackle in Makai Wingo, which I love, and you got probably my favorite guard in the draft in Christian Mahogany to be your backup guard, potentially starting guard of the future, and you got your backup tackle of the future in Giovanni Manu. So you addressed the backup offensive line and you addressed the cornerback position heavily. So, and you also got a running back as well, running back safety as well. So you addressed positions of need, and I loved it, Brad Holmes. Only if you would have just got an edge rusher, then this class would have been perfect. But we still had the same amount of picks. We still took this 6 players, which was the amount of draft picks before we made any moves, before we made any trades in the draft. We did lose next year's 3rd-round pick and the Eagles' 4th-round pick. next year. So now our draft picks next year are our first, second, we have no third, is our 4th round pick, 5th round pick, 6th round pick, and our 7th round pick, as well as the Dallas 7th round pick that we got from the Terry and Arnold trade. So with probably 1 or 2 comp picks, the comp pick you'll probably get for Jonah Jackson will probably be a 3rd or 4th round comp pick, and you'll probably get a comp pick for C.J. Gardner-Johnson and Josh Reynolds, probably a 6th or 7th round comp pick as well for losing them. So, one pride, go Lions. We did not get a receiver as well. Like I said, we did not need a receiver that bad in this class. I was hoping we would have got Brendan Rice just because he kept falling, but we didn't. But in my opinion, you go sign DJ Chark. If we're going to get a receiver, it better be a guy who is on the taller side, that can be that Josh Reynolds replacement, and can be a deep threat. And if you ask me, I'm on the phone, Brad Holmes, and I'm calling DJ Chark. Bring him back to Detroit. 2-year, $9 million deal. 2-year, $8 million deal, somewhere around there. He'd probably accept that. He needs to turn his career around. And he's exactly like Josh Reynolds in terms of yardage. He's a 500, 600-yard guy. If he stays healthy, he's very talented. He's still very young. He's only 27 still. So if I'm on the phone, I'm calling Yannick Ngakoue and I'm calling DJ Chark to try to bring him back to Detroit. So, or bring Chark back to Detroit. And I don't think Yannick Ngakoue fits the culture, but again, he's better than what we have at the edge rusher position. So one pride, go Lions. I give this draft class a B. And we'll have one more video coming out about the undrafted rookies. So see you in the next one. One pride, go Lions.